Hello, thanks for your company. Welcome to Football 360. We've got another dynamic show for you this week. We're coming to you from Kelly Park, the home of Kwinana United, who are engaged in a pre-season battle against Perth Glory. More about that in just a moment. Coming up, we touch base with Penny Tannerhoth from the Man Rays. They're about to jet off to Italy. We'll check in on the annual country camp and unearth more rising stars from the bush and all the highlights from the top of the table clash between Stirling and Bayswater. Yes, another jam-packed show for you indeed. But first, as I mentioned, we are coming to you from Kelly Park, the home of Kwinana United. It's a place where not too many clubs can boast 4 Socceroos. Davy Jones, Tony Franken, Robbie Dunn and current Perth Glory coach Alistair Edwards. 360 caught up with Alistair and asked him what it meant to come home and kick off the pre-season campaign here at Kwinana.
I started under sixes here at Kwinana. My house was literally across Thomas Oval, 3 houses up there, so that was my back garden. So I spent many a time, years and years of my youth at this club. Played all the way through up to the senior team, and the field we're going to be playing on for this game now is where I made my senior debut as a 15-year-old for Kwinana in the good old State League. People like Tony Franken has also made his debut on this pitch, so there's a lot of history. It's really good to be back here. And we really wanted to, get glory out in the community. Gareth and I had a good discussion over it during our planning, and we thought, what better way to thank our junior clubs, with what they've done for us over the years. So our first game is obviously against Kwinana. Next week is against Gosnells. Perth Glory is part of the footballing landscape in Western Australia. It's the top end, but without the grassroots, without the community football, without all this type of events, Perth Glory and the A-League wouldn't exist. The most important thing for me is that we've been out here for the first 2 hours before the game. We've been playing some small-sided games with the kids, some of the guys. Danny De Silva, some skills, and if that can just rub off on 1 or 2 players and inspire a new generation, then that's what it's all about.
Our club was originally formed in 1954, originally for industrial strip in the area. A lot of guys sort of work there, live in the town in Medina. It was called Medina Soccer Club at the time. Won our first league title in 55. Obviously the club went through and had a great success in the 60s, 70s. Currently we're on the Sunday Amateurs, Division 1, so definitely pushing forward. Alistair bringing the boys back to where his career all began is fantastic for the club. The juniors loved it. They've been out all morning having a kick around with the boys. So if we can increase our junior numbers, this is going to be a fantastic step towards that.
Is there sort of a plan in place to rise from, the amateur league and back into top flight football?
Good chance we'll go up this year. We're second at the moment, so all fingers crossed and a bit of luck our way. We should go up again. And definitely, obviously, Saturdays, we're not ruling that out. That's definitely something we can look at in the future and to get the club back up to the ranks where it used to be.
To be playing against the likes of Schmeltz, Jacob Burns and all these other Glory superstars.
Yep.
It must be a big buzz for you and the team today.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been really good for us the past 4 or 5 weeks since we've known just the build up towards it. It's definitely helped. A great experience for a lot of the boys to have a run against that level of players, and it means a lot, and I'm sure we'll all thoroughly enjoy it.
There's also a bit of passion and pride associated with the emblem. Tell us what it is and what it means.
Nulli Secundus, which is on the badge, means second to none. It's been on the badge for many years. That particular saying is usually a lot of players stick by that, and there's a few people that have tattoos and to remember their time here. So yeah, it really strikes a chord with a lot of players, and it's a strong part of the club.
Your uncle Brendan, who's now living in the UK at the moment, who used to play here, he's even sent in a photo of his tattoo etched on his heart. He's a self-proclaimed biggest die-hard fan. Would that be right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Even from the other side of the country, he is representing the club. He was the first to get it done, and yeah, there's been many more to follow, but he was the original die-hard fan.
Our national men's masters team, led by former Socceroo Gary Marocchi, has returned from its annual trip to Thailand. We checked in with some of the players who took part in the 2013 Masters World Cup.
Pretty disappointing, the end result. We had a really good squad that really was capable of winning it. We played quite well in some of the games against the better sides, Scotland, Iran, and we come away with, I think it was 4 points in that game, but some of the lesser sides we were expected to win and we were actually below par. The effort and the desires never goes away, the legs do, but I mean at the end of the day you're in it to win it, and it's a little taste of playing in a competition that you maybe retired maybe 10-15 years ago and it's come back, and it's a competition that's great to play in.
It was an honour to play with legends of the game, guys I used to play with many years ago, but also competitors as well. So it was a personal milestone.
Now, were you there when a couple of Manchester United legends were holding a couple of coaching clinics? Did you guys happen to catch any of that?
Yeah, so a lot of the boys went to the clinics, and there was some famous names from Man U there. Obviously Andy Cole and a couple of others, but being a Liverpool man, I would have been looking forward to a few other boys in red there. There were certainly some photo opportunities, and mainly for the locals as well. The locals really got involved, and that was a key, taken from it, is that they really go back to the locals.
Do you reckon you've done enough to secure a spot next year, Alex?
I'd like to think possibly I've shown a little bit, but went in a little bit injured, but came out strong at the end. Look forward to having a stronger preparation for the next campaign.
Healthway and Football West have teamed up to find the Smarter Than Smoking Junior Player of the Month. Whether you're the star of your team or you just love to have fun with football, you can be in the running to win an Apple iPad. Each week, I'll be asking a simple question and the answer will be revealed later in the show. Check out footballwest.com.au for details and tune into our new Football 360 Junior Show to see if you've won our fantastic prize. This week's Smarter Than Smoking Junior Player of the Month question is: what does your body lose when you sweat? To be in the running for an Apple iPad, check out footballwest.com.au and stay tuned to Football 360.
Time to take a look at the highlights from the top of the table clash. Stirling hosting Bayswater. League leaders Bayswater City arrived at Macedonia Park, sitting just 2 points clear of second place Stirling. City had the play and possession in the opening 20 minutes, but Stirling were well drilled from the back line. Former Blackburn Rovers defender Andy Todd keeping the Lions in shape. City should have registered a goal first after this attack, and the Lions probably should have finished better in their attacking. But in the second 45, Stirling turned the heat up and often pressured the Bayswater backline through Moses Kalau. The teenager from Congo, who spent 7 years growing up in a refugee camp, has emerged as a shining star in the All Flag State League. And in the 64th minute, he showed why. After some tricky moves down the left wing, he fired the ball into the path of goal, which Bayswater keeper Devon Spence palmed into his own net. On paper, an own goal, but enough to send the Lions fans into a giant roar. Bayswater probably deserved a goal when Brian Farrell found himself with a free header in the 6-yard box, but his effort went straight at Stirling keeper Alex Vitescu. Joy for Stirling, despair for City and their keeper Devon Spence. Lions coach Doug Hesketh says the win proves his boys have come a long way.
It's where we want to be, and it's not over yet. And every game you play, is a very difficult game. So we just got to be determined. We've got to be organised. We've got to be, absolutely committed to what we're doing, and I think we'll, at the end of the day, the league table never lies.
For Kalau, it was pure delight. The former NTC and Glory youth attacker is doing his best to keep scouts on their radar.
To be honest, I was going for a cross, but then, it was just great power behind it, and it got off his hand and rolled in the net, so I was pretty happy with that. Today we were pumped for it, we were ready, we've been preparing for this for a long time now. We just have to play, take one game at a time till the end of the season, see where it takes us.
In other results, Bunbury finally recorded its first home win of the season. Perth were outclassed by a resurgent Armidale. 2 goals by David Hegney secured a win for Floreat. Inglewood kept their finals chances alive with a win over struggling Balcatta, and Coburn smashed last year's premiers Sorrento, making the drive home from Dalmatinak Park a torturous one. So to the ladder, and the Lions are on top thanks to the home win. City in the unfamiliar spot of second, Sorrento hang on to third. Coburn and Athena round out 4th and 5th spot, but Inglewood are making inroads. A slip by Coburn or Floreat, and United are back in the hunt. To next week, and Bayswater will be looking to make amends against ECU. Balcatta hosts Bunbury. Stirling should cruise to a win over NTC. Sorrento face off against Perth. It's a do-or-die clash for the Azzurri if they want to make a finals berth. Armidale could be tricky for United. And in the match of the week between Athena and Coburn, Floreat will be looking for revenge after being thumped by City earlier this year. As always, highlights and results here on Football 360, Australia's best online football show. If you missed our new and exciting junior show Shoot, then tune in to Football West TV. We've got some good tips for every footballer. Even some adults could probably learn a trick or two. The Man Rays are Australia's women's Masters teams. They're about to jet off to Torino, Italy for the World Masters Games. Let's have a listen to Penny Tannerhoth on how the ladies are preparing to do battle across the other side of the globe.
We've been together since about January organising things. Everyone in the squad lives about 3 or 4 hours from each other, from Bunbury up through to Perth, so it's a challenge to get everyone together. I started playing for the state back in about '93 and played for Australia in '93 also. There's about 6 of us that have played in the WA state team. Over a few decades we've got a sprinkling of experience.
West Australian Man Rays is a mixed team. It's made up of the Perth Strikers and the South West Stingers. When we get together we gel and we knit and we have that friendly atmosphere, and so we just work really hard for one another. We just all knit in and do our job, and that's like the main thing, especially when you're playing a week-long tournament. One of the challenges that will be to a lot of the girls will be the style of play the Europeans play, because they play a different style than we play down here, so it might take us a little bit of work to just work that out and see what we can do there. I think we'll have a good mateship around the place. We'll be out socialising, meeting the other teams off the park, and hopefully we're trying to see if we can fit in a few tourist things around the place, but we are going there for the football first and foremost.
So when we said in January we were all on board, basically everyone get out there and look for sponsorship and what fundraising we were going to do. So Football West come on board with an absolute bucket load of money, which kick-started us, and then the Man Ray Consulting Group hopped on board. Hence our name is the West Australian Man Rays. Green Dog Designs come in and organise our fantastic logo. I'm really looking forward to how well we're going to go. We're definitely taking a support crew with us, which is going to make it a definite holiday and a parcel of adventure as well.
Hundreds of aspiring footballers from regional WA have taken part in this year's annual country camp in Perth. The event aims to bring raw and passionate players from the bush to the city and let their skills shine with the help of some of WA's best youth coaches. The camps have a tradition of unearthing many talented players. Even Perth Glory's Josh Risden participated in the camp before the boy from Bunbury burst onto the national scene. And before we go, congratulations to our under-13s NTC girls who smashed Tasmania 9-0 at the National Youth Championships in Coffs Harbour earlier this week. Well done to the team and coach Elisa DeVideo. And that's another exciting and busy show for you this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks to Kwinana and Perth Glory for all their help. We'll be back again next week. Until then, it's bye for now.